My name is Derek, and this is the Gateway Log. And I just want to kind of do a little introduction of myself for anybody who's come along. I am not a spiritual person. I haven't been at all. I was somebody who went to church off and on with friends and some family members, and it wasn't something that really linked up with me. Maybe it was how it was done. When I went to college, I took an intro to religion class and just kind of found out very quickly that all religion was essentially just somebody saying, I don't believe that. I believe this. And then it just kept compounding and expanding. So it was really hard to buy into a religion at that point because it's like, oh, it's too human infused. So like my background is like I went to school for music and songwriting. So if you notice, like I've got guitars everywhere, man. I've got 20 guitars in this room. I've got a bunch of recording gear to my left. I do write songs, none professionally lately, but I have had music placed in TV shows and stuff. I got to open up for Jimmy Allen a while ago for one of his big home concerts and what have you. So it's like I've got experience doing that. I do voiceover on the side for like video games and commercials. Right now, one of my bigger clients is Fail Army. I do a lot of their commercials for that. And I work at a Fortune 5 company. I essentially work in a giant data center where I'm fixing, servers and computers and training people how to do all that. So that's a little bit about me. I got a daughter, and like I don't know. I'm always curious about stuff. I've always been very open. I just you never know where to start. The Gateway tapes are really what kind of started to open it up for me. I remember when I tried them the first time, not last year, but the year before. And like my first 2 or 3 tape experiences, I was seeing things, and I remember going to work and telling everybody about it. And it was like, you got to try it. Oh my God, this is crazy. It's like, hey man, you got to do some drugs, but it wasn't drugs. It was just videos. And one of the reasons why I was getting into it was because I heard that you could time travel with it and that you can influence your future. So I got into it because I was really looking to get into the job that I now have. And so I was like patterning that every day that I was going to get this job and life would be so good if I got it. And, flash forward, a few months and I got it, and everything that I hoped it would be, it has been. So that's been really amazing. And so I've been doing it again since November, the tapes, but it's funny because it's like patterning's cool and that's something I do every day and I'm trying to visualize. But it's not just that. It's, like when I started getting close to out of body experiences and then starting to feel like I'm communicating with others, that started to really open me up where I'm like, oh man, there might be a lot more than my physical body or what's going on around me or what we've been told. So that's where I am in my journey right now. And I'd love to meet you or hear about your journey. I'm always open to that stuff. People comment things to me all the time and I try to respond to everything. And if you make a suggestion, I try to go check it out. So, yeah, introduce yourself. But my name's Derek, and I'm doing the Gateway Log simply because I feel like I'm going to meet people who know more about it than I do. And ultimately, I have so much imposter syndrome that I don't want to tell folks, like, this is what it is, because I don't know. I've recently gone to tarot readers and, or psychics, and they're like, you're a psychic. And they'll tell me very matter of fact. I'm like, okay, you can put a label on it. I don't know if I agree to it, but thank you. So, things to keep in mind on my journey. I'm not trying to convince anybody anything. I'm really just looking for more answers. So, but with that, my name is Derek. This is Gateway Log, and I continue to post videos as I go through my experiences.